Welcome to Oakle's channel. Thanks for watching today. And let's talk about a game called Dyna Bomb 2 that just came out on the Nintendo Switch and other platforms as well. And it is obviously a sequel to Dyna Bomb Part 1, which I'll admit I never played. And based upon this game, I probably won't play because this game is fairly uninspired. But I did get a review code for this game, so I did want to give a full breakdown of it. But like always, the review code doesn't affect my review in any form or fashion. So let's go ahead and break down Dyna Bomb Part 2. Now first off, like I mentioned earlier, this game is fairly uninspired. It feels like they just sort of pulled a lot of stuff in and just sort of see what would work. And it's like they didn't even try in some cases to try to show motivation or ingenuity or anything like that. Like take the main bad guy, for example. It looks like a mixture of Dr. Robotnik and the bad guy Popeye. And even he acknowledges, and the heroes acknowledge, there's no real motivation behind the crimes here. It's just sort of a random occurrence, and they just sort of make a joke of it. But honestly, it just feels more lazy to not even try to make a story for this game because the humor's not kept up as it goes. It just sort of seems like a lazy attempt at the beginning to get away with not having a story. Now you do get to choose between a couple different heroes, and they play pretty much the same. They both have a little jetpack and fire out a weapon, and they just fly around these levels trying to collect jewels, little golden balls, and kill all the enemies in the process. And of course, you can save up the golden balls that you collect in order to buy more permanent upgrades, or you can save up the jewels that you collect or the diamonds, and you can buy up more of not permanent but just level by level upgrades that do wear off. Now as far as the control goes, the controlling pretty well. The firing of your ammo depends on which gun you have. It varies a little bit on how well it hits the enemies, and of course you do have a limited amount of ammo. However, there's so many ammo crates all the way around, it might as well just be unlimited ammo. But that might be a little bit different on the harder settings, but on the normal setting, which is what I played the game on, it's pretty much unlimited ammo. Same thing for your jetpack. Your jetpack, there's little jetpack crates all around to refill your fuel. However, if there's no crates around, you can just simply walk around back and forth until your fuel gets replenished. Which sort of begs the question, why not just make it a cooldown period instead of making you walk back and forth? Because there's a lot of times where you're just sort of standing in one spot, just going, or not standing, walking back and forth in one location, trying to get to refill. And it's like, that just seems like an odd mechanic. I don't know why they included that instead of just a cooldown. Now there are 64 levels in total, 8 different worlds with 8 different levels in each one, and every different world is it's pretty different. So they at least, you know, tried for different scenery and whatnot. And I think it's funny that the overall map here just looks so much like Donkey Kong Country. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seems to really be harkening back to that. But the levels themselves, they do get progressively harder as you go. The secret areas are hard to find. The bad guys take more hits to kill. Different things like portals, you know, little force field barriers appear as you go. So the game does get progressively harder, but it's never like just a ton of fun. It just sort of feels like a game is sort of a time killer more or less. And there is a co-op mode in this, is what separates it mainly from Dyna Bomb Part 1. And the co-op mode does add a little bit of fun to it. However, even then, it's still the same core game. You're flying around collecting diamonds and little golden balls, and it's okay. That's about as good as you can say for this game. It's okay. It's not broken, so you have that going for it, but it's not a ton of fun. Now the game does sell for $20 on the eShop, which is ridiculous. The game should not sell for $20. If you look at the developer, their other game, which is Part 1, sells for $4, and I'd say that's more closely aligned to what this game should go for as well. Maybe since it just came out, maybe, you know, push it for like $5 or $6. But even then, like, most players wouldn't want to purchase this game for $6. If you really love arcadey games or like mobile type games, then yeah, this game is probably worth a few bucks. But for the vast majority of players, it's definitely going to be a game to skip. But if you enjoyed this review, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, go out there, find a great game to play, and just simply have a great rest of the day.